used the words digital, electronic over 25 times, which means that is in line with the overall government philosophy. We want to move public sector services to the digital platform to make them efficient, much more transparent, and to increase the speed of providing services to the people of Kenya. So the resources that have been provided overall, first of all, towards that goal, I'm very grateful. But look, this is what I would like Kenyans to take away from this tonight. 27 billion shillings more to the security sector than we had last year. 25 billion shillings to youth programs, including the National Youth Service Fund. All this is intended to spark growth, support the participation of young people in our economy, and ensuring that our economy truly works and is more inclusive, as it were. Education is truly going to be free. Looking at this budget, by the end of the next financial year, by the end of 2016-2017 financial year, between Standard 1 and Form 4, education will be truly free in Kenya. And here is what is more interesting. All these are resources generated by Kenyan taxpayers. This is important. All Kenyans should be proud of this. And then look at the massive resources that are going into infrastructure, massive resources that are going to improving quality healthcare, massive resources that we are putting in strengthening our security infrastructure in the country. The better days for this country lie ahead. And our economy will do well. We are going to create more employment. This last year we created 800,000 jobs. We hope that by the end of the next financial year, we will have actually probably even doubled that number of jobs, looking at the resources that are going in. That is the focus of government. We have done 23 Huduma centers across the country. We are doing an additional 23. In total, there will be 46. What supports Huduma centers? We have the infrastructure that we are sharing with the postal services. That is in place. We are laying ICT infrastructure across the country. By the end of the year, there will be connectivity across all 47 counties in Kenya. That is really what it means. We are ready for business. And as I said in another function the day before yesterday, by the time we are done with North B2 and the extension of North B2, we will have done 10,000 kilometers of fiber optic cable in this country. That is the highest broadband footprint in any country within the East African region.
Security in any country, there will be no any other thing. There will be no development. There will be nothing. So we should enhance the security of this country, and we got what we did not really get what we budgeted for, but we got what we think it can enable my ministry to give services to the country as regards national security issues. As from next week, the National Youth Service will be operating from the North Rift. We are trying to pacify the Turkanas and the Pokot and the Baringo counties, and therefore the issue of putting up roads, putting up boreholes, renovating schools will enable the youth, National Youth Service, to undertake this very noble project.
The 25 billion shillings to the youth. As you know, we need to empower our youth. So it was very impressive to see a massive 25 billion shillings put through for the youth.
Carrying forward losses instead of for only 4 years, now 10 years, that is a very important way of making business easier. We've got to think about making business easier in Kenya.
Biggest gains, we will see them in the tax bill, which the minister said will be coming before us, that will be seeking to simplify the entire tax bill, and also make it more receptive to the people, and that will make it more people to comply with the bill. We're looking forward to seeing that. I was a bit disappointed. I didn't hear him coming out clearly to say anything about the collapsing sugar industries. The Mumia sugar industry, we're looking forward. We would have wished to hear him say how much has been allocated by government towards reviving the industry, because that was a promise by government that there was some money would be put to Mumia Sugar Factory and the others to ensure their survival.
Financing gap of 567 billion. The question is, where will the government get this money from to bridge the gap? It's not pro-poor, because the cost of living is very high. Kenyans are struggling to put food on the table. Parents are struggling to get their children through secondary education. More money should have been put to make secondary education as free as possible.
This budget have not really included the pastoral community have been left aside.